All right, so in this module, we're going to be covering a very short but very important and powerful one, which is why you need to speak copy and not write it. And so this is something that when I first heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So this is going to be very simple and to the point, but I want to jump straight into an example here because imagine you were selling a MacBook Air and most of you would probably write copy or write a headline that says, if you were like, oh, I need to state a fact, right? I want to try to make it visual. It's like the MacBook Air is just 40 millimeters thin. Right? Seems fair enough, seems decent. That's something that most writers would probably write. Whereas if you think about, okay, I'm speaking to somebody, right? Again, that is written. You might grab an envelope and grab a MacBook Air and do what Steve Jobs did, if you're a great marketer, and put the laptop inside of the envelope and say, this is how thin the MacBook Air is, right? Pretty visual to see how thin it is. You're like, wow, that's crazy. Okay. This is spoken. And the quote that, I'm pulling here from Harry as well as the guy who actually said it is, would this help a salesman sell the goods? That is a question that you have to ask yourself, right? And that's from Claude Hopkins. Obviously wrote one of the most famous books about copywriting. But here, again, like just to Spencerify it, it's like when you're writing your ads, imagine you are a door-to-door salesperson. What are you going to say, right? Like if you were selling, I don't know, something to do with fitness, would you be like, this is a revolutionary fitness experience? It's like, probably not. Like that's just okay. Like what does it do, right? It doesn't make sense. Okay, and so again, when you're writing and you're thinking from this frame of like I'm going to have to say this to a person in person, door to door sales, that helps you kind of clean up your writing and think about what you're actually saying. Okay. And again, remember that for your videos that you guys are writing, the video briefs that you're writing, they are either going to be spoken by a person, right? Sometimes a UGC creator will actually just do a voiceover. Or nowadays it's usually spoken by an AI, which an AI does a voiceover. And especially if you guys are doing UGC frameworks and UGC in general with people, like they're actually filming their own videos, then you 100% want it to be written like a person is going to speak it. And even for those of you that decide to use AI people, although we're not quite there yet, same thing, right? Like you have to have it speak like a person, right? And then the only other option that you have for videos is like text on screen, which is, again, still being kind of spoken in the consumer's own voice, right? It's being read in the consumer's own voice when they're seeing the ad, okay? And so your ads are already being spoken, so you need to write like it. Okay. So again, big credits to Harry, big credits to Claude on this very simple but very powerful concept. And I hope this helps you guys again visualize your copy and think about like what am I actually writing and am I actually speaking this? And again, we're going to get into a little bit more around these sections here of like show, don't tell, because this is actually, if you ask me, kind of more about showing than it is just about telling like, hey, this is 40 millimeters thin versus like, let me just show you how thin it is. It's a much powerful way, but this kind of falls in the same line of like, hey, your copy needs to be spoken and not just written.